of the bat, watching the ball soar. But sometimes there's something even better. Strategy. Watching the ball soar. But sometimes there's something even better. Strategy. Watching the ball soar. But sometimes there's something even better. Strategy.
Second half, Johnson C. Smith with the 46-33 lead, and I think you hit right on the head, Ronnie, the fact that Harris seems to be the only one that's kind of come to play here in the second half. He has 13 points. He's 3 of 5 from three-point range. They're going to need more besides Harris, namely Jabru.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to need more, but again, this is how Fayetteville State has played all year. And let's see whether or not they can muster up something here with the last 11-18 to come back. But this is the style, and this is how they play. Again, the only way they can get into the Division II tournament is with a win here today. So this is their last ball game of the season, and someone has to realize that, particularly some of the senior guys.
Jabru step back and forced a three-pointer because he got Scott off his feet, and this is going to be 3 shots for Jabru. I just want to thank those that are watching BlackCollegeSportsNetwork.net, watching and listening, and also around the world at WAUG750.com. Free throw attempt is missed.
Also like to thank my throat for being able to talk.
Yeah, it's been a long tournament, brother, but I tell you what, we've made it through. This is the last game of the tournament. Right now, Johnson C. Smith 46-33 over Fayetteville State. Now 46-34 as Jabru makes the second. He'll have one more.
They need a catalyst, something to go on. And it's interesting now, Coach Sam Hager, he puts Ross back in the game. Larry Ross, there's 6'7" forward. He has 4 fouls already.
Knocks down 2 of 3. Cuts the Fayetteville State deficit to 46-35. Hooper gives it off to Hollis on the left wing. Now Scott has it near the center circle. Hooper has the dribble going, gives it off to Scott. Jab step. Now Scott on the right baseline, had it cut off. Hooper, high post, Hollis, right side. Scott, 3. Missed it. Rebound is fought for and controlled by Harris.
Let's see if Fayetteville State can cut the lead to under 10 and then put the pressure back on Johnson C. Smith.
Harris between the circles, right side to Austin. Austin, crossover dribble left to right. Right side, Harris for 3. It rolls in.
There it is now, Donald. We got an 8-point game. They're strictly looking for perimeter jumpers. And if you're Johnson C. Smith, you got to be aware of that and play tougher on the three-point line.
46-38. Johnson C. Smith lead is down to 8. Rainey, left wing out top. Near the center circle, actually to Hooper. Right side now to Scott with the basketball. 13 to shoot. Rainey, Hooper, trying to make a move, can't find anybody. Gets it down a low post to Sanders. Off to Hollis, no look pass to Rainey, and a 3-second violation called against Johnson C. Smith.
And see, what happens is, like I said, when you put pressure back on the other team by making offensive backs yourself, then you saw that at time Johnson C. Smith was a little tentative in their offensive set. The shots were there, same shots, but the lead kind of changed, and therefore the pressure is kind of mounting here a little bit. And Fayetteville State can do more of that by scoring down.
Austin between the circles, left side to Harris. On the left block, Johnson from 15, he knocks it down.
And now it's a 6-point game. See, I got to go on a run here. It's the last game of the season. You knew these young men with the level of pride they've had the last all week, they was going to have to put some pressure back on Johnson Smith. But let's see how Johnson Smith responds.
And Steve Jordan calls a full timeout. We're going to take the break on the timeout. Johnson C. Smith ahead, 46-40.
Kimbrell's Furniture.
I've been making a lot of calls lately, and I want to change my plan, but my wireless company makes me extend my contract.
And also, you can change your plan at any time without extending your contract. Thinking about leaving us?
Yeah.
I wouldn't if you ever want to see Fluffy again.
But that's not my dog.
Fluffy? Abort! Hey! Abort to me!
Take the challenge and join the millions of people using America's largest network.
889408 to find out how you can reach a market with an average income of $44,000 and 8,000 weekly readers. Again, for more information on the Tribune and how to subscribe, call 919-688-9408.
Delaware along with Hanif Omar as Johnson C. Smith has possession. Their lead down to 6, 46-40, 9:30 remaining. Scott gets it into Hollis. Hollis is trapped on the right block. Hollis passes. Thornhill. Scott dribbles, shoots, right elbow, misses. Fight for the rebound is controlled by Jabrood.
This is the exact way they did it yesterday. Creeping back in the game, Fayetteville State is now awakened. And this is what we want to see.
Austin left side, high post, Johnson. Johnson dribbles, almost travel with the basketball, gets it out to Harris. Harris back to Austin. Austin between the circles with the dribble. Austin, a floater is good.
Good shot that time by Jamel Austin. He was able to take the smaller Thornhill off the dribble, and he put up a floater in the lane.
46-42. Hollis trying to make something happen. Jump stop. Easy layup for Hollis.
Wow, you wonder if he took some extra steps there. But the referee let it happen. Hollis made a good move to get to the bucket. 6-point lead.
Austin in the front court for Fayetteville State with the dribble. In the corner to Harris, who almost, he does lose it out of bounds. Johnson C. Smith has possession.
Well, I mean, one thing you can say Austin, you put that on Austin for making that pass, but Felipe Harris buried himself in the corner there, and you don't want to do that, particularly when the Johnson Smith is trapped.
Hooper drives the lane, puts up the floating one-hander. He misses the shot. Ball is still loose. Hooper gets it back fresh, 35 for Johnson C. Smith. Hollis between the circles gives it off now to Thornhill, who resets for the Golden Bulls. Thornhill with the basketball between the legs with the dribble. Right side is Hooper. On the right block to Hollis, and a foul away from the ball.
Ah, man, that's an awful call. You just have to feel very, very bad right there for Larry Ball. That's his fifth foul.
Yeah, that is that. I must agree. You know, to make a call like that is pretty bad. A little touch foul And both guys actually battling for position.
Hey, but, I mean, you hate to see referees again, and this is I'm on a soapbox right now, but you hate to see referees really try to become the star of the event. If good officiating is when you see a game and you don't even recognize the refs are there. And right now, the refs are making a lot of ticky-tack calls. You have to blame Ross at some standpoint for not realizing the way they've been calling it. But that was an awful call right there, and it could really affect this team because they made a run when he came back in the game.
Messing up the flow of the game. As Johnson C. Smith inbounds baseline left. Thornhill has it near the center circle. Inside 8 minutes remaining in the game. Fayetteville State hanging around. They're down 48-42 and a travel by Johnson C. Smith. Fayetteville State will have possession. Timeout on the floor. With that timeout, we'll step aside. 7 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the second. Johnson C. Smith 48, Fayetteville State 42. This is CIAA basketball.
Here we go.
Watching the ball soar. But sometimes there's something even better. Strategy.
Add it up. Ching ching, ching ching. Camel versus Omegas. Ching ching, ching ching. Ching ching, ching ching. Valid $300. Pump up the value. I know I got some old school people in the house. Come on, you got it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is...
Will deal with the pressing issues of the day. You're invited to tune in to WAU.
Charles, representing Fayetteville State University. Broncos, make some noise. Once again, we'd like to thank our contestants and Bank of America. Keep the change.
Moving. We exist to make sure it doesn't. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Join the movement at nationalmssociety.org.
Donald Ware along with Hanif Omars. We have 7:53 remaining in the second half. Johnson C. Smith, who once had a double-digit lead, has seen their lead dissipate to 48-42 behind the play of Fayetteville State. Felipe Harris.
Yeah, Felipe Harris is doing a good job, and see now maybe he's a guy that can take the pressure, the load when they're down double digits, but now is the opportunity for guys like Austin and Jabru to come back and join him and really trying to win the CIAA championship because it's right here for them to take.
Fayetteville State gets it in the front court. As they drive the right baseline, a shot by Johnson is missed. Austin gets the rebound, makes a move out to Jabru for three from long distance.
Hey man, just like I said, Jabru, Austin, these guys now can play because of the hard work of Felipe Harris getting them back in the game. And now Johnson C. Smith, the onus is on them to perform in front of this home crowd.
Thornhill gives it off now to Hooper on the right wing. Hooper picks his dribble up back to Thornhill. Thornhill works the circle now from right to left. Guarded out there by Harris on the left side, 13 to shoot. Gets a screen out top. Right side, Hooper tried to drive the right baseline and a Let's see. The foul is going to be called against Fayetteville State.
Yeah, they called that time on Darshawn Johnson. And again, if you look at John C. Smith, there's no need to panic right now. You're up by 3 points. It's just that you've been used to operating this whole game with a double-digit lead. Now let's see how they can operate. They operated all yesterday from behind and only with a 1 or 2 point lead. Now they're kind of choking a little bit.
And a steal by Fayetteville State. Here comes Harris. They have a chance to pull to within 1, possibly tie. Inside of 7 minutes remaining. Austin has the basketball between the circles, guarded out there by Hooper. Crossover dribble right to left, gets in the lane, and an offensive foul is going to be called against Austin.
That's a tough call right there, but you can't get mad at him because he made a move into the lane, and Rainey was right there waiting for the charge. And so you got to say that was a decent call right there by the referees. And good defense by Rainey.
Hooper across the timeline for Johnson C. Smith. Just over 6.5 remaining. Smith ahead by 3. Hollis works the circle right to left, gets it off to Scott on the left wing. Scott out top. Hooper. Right side is Rainey. Back out to Hooper. Hooper with the dribble gets it out now to Hollis. 11 to shoot. Hollis is going to be called for an offensive foul.
And now all of a sudden, remember those gaps I talked about that was there for John C. Smith? They're no longer there no more. Fayetteville State have re-energized themselves, reinvigorated themselves, and they're really playing some good defense in the half-court setting. So those spaces that were there before for John C. Smith to operate are no longer there. And so now the onus is going to be on Hooper and Scott and Rainey to really create some buckets for their team.
Again, Fayetteville State has the ball moving right to left. Austin in the front court. He's guarded out there by Scott. Gives it off to Johnson. Top of the key. Left side. Austin thought about a 3. They tried to pass it to Jay, and Jay just not expecting the basketball. Turns it over. Johnson C. Smith will have possession.
And again, sometimes when teams make a run, they gas out. You hope, looking at the last 2 possessions, that Fayetteville State can put something else together other than what they've done thus far. 2 missed opportunities offensively for those guys right now.
Scott hands it off. A long 3-pointer by Ramsey is missed. Rebound controlled by Jabru. Gives it off now to Austin quickly in the front court for Fayetteville State. Back to Jabru for 3. He misses the shot, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson C. Smith. Fayetteville State will have possession and a fresh 35.
Well, yeah, again, Jabru now has the open trigger. Now the lead is down to 3 points in anybody's ball game right now, Don.
Johnson with the shot, no good. And a foul, a beautiful pass there by Austin. The foul is going to go against Johnson C. Smith.
Johnson has came into this game and brought a lot of energy to this Fayetteville State team, offensively and defensively. And let's see if the young man can make the free throws to put Fayetteville State even closer.
So Johnson going to go to the charity stripe. The young man has made 2 of 2 from the charity stripe and has 4 points, 1 of 3 from the field. First free throw attempt is good.
It's a ball game now, Donald. And again, you can hear the crowd. They were kind of expecting Fayetteville State to roll over because they gave us no signs of life. But now they're back in the game. Let's see if these young men can make the mental note to understand that, hey, we're in a ball game. The ball game is not over. The other team has just responded.
Johnson will have 1 more. He has a chance to pull Fayetteville State to within 1. 5:36 remaining in the second half. Second free throw, good. Knocks down both. Fayetteville State only down by 1 point. Crowd start to come to life for both teams. There is Hollis, left side to Scott. Physical defense now by Fayetteville State. Hooper, right side to Ramsey. Left side, Scott thought about a 3, and a foul is going to be called as Scott went up for the shot. Austin, I believe, is going to be called for the foul.
What theater in a basketball game where the crowd remained calm, and they've been waiting for Fayetteville State to get back into the game, and now they're back here in the game, and we got a ball game, man. This is exactly what you want. 5:20 left on the clock for the CIAA championship.
So Andy Jabru called for the personal foul as Scott able to knock it down.
As I said earlier, a little bit much smaller than what his dad is, being 6'9", but Ryan Scott, the son of Dennis Scott, former Georgia Tech and Orlando Magic star in the NBA.
He's able to knock it down, 52-47. Jabru thought about a three, has it in the front court. Jabru picked his dribble up, gives it off to Johnson left side. Johnson back to Harris on the left wing. Out to Austin, 13 to shoot for Fayetteville State. Gives it off now to Jabru for three. He misses it. Rebound is controlled by Hollis. Gives it off now to Hooper. Down the right sideline, Hooper with the basketball. Guarded out there now by Austin. Austin on the right side to Ramsey. Hooper thought about a three, now gives it back to Ramsey. Ramsey fakes a three, skip pass. That's Scott, 15 to shoot. Has the left baseline cut off, looking for some room, and had his shot blocked by Jay. And I tell you what, even after Jay blocked that shot, he hustled after that basketball while Scott just let it go.
Well, this is the same hustle that I talked about that we didn't see early on from Fayetteville State. Maybe they just checked in to the hotel late, but they're here now.
And Scott has it, right side. Vincent on the left side, Hooper for three. He knocks it down. Big three-pointer by Hooper extends the Johnson C. Smith lead to 53-47. Here comes Austin between the circles with the dribble. Left side is Harris. Harris with the ball on the right side to Austin. Austin high post, Johnson tries to take it to the hole, all kinds of contact, no call. You got to wonder where the call was right there. A lot of ticky-tack fouls, and when there's some serious contact, you don't even get a call.
Can't figure it out. Referees are humans too, man.
Timeout on the floor. With that timeout, we'll step aside. 3:57 remaining in the second half. Johnson C. Smith 53, Fayetteville State 47.
Home runs. Of the bat, watching the ball soar. But sometimes there's something even better. Strategy.
Our culture, our world, our perspective, our network. JerichoBroadcasting.com. Jericho Television Network. The future of black media.
The Ford F-150 uses two closed-loop tow hooks as opposed to the conventional open design, which makes them stronger.
And if the tow hooks are this strong, imagine how strong the rest is.
Bags, get on up and jam, y'all. Come on and ride on the front now. To the land of funk, to the land of funk, to the land of funk.
Step it up. Jabru has hit a big shot or two. Harris has still been consistent. But the one thing about Fayetteville State, they're going to have to try to get the ball in these two guys' hands and be able to protect the basketball and not turn it over.
Yeah, and again, right now, you always see in college basketball, a team really make if you're down by so much, they really make a big run and get right there on the edge of getting real close in the game. They got the lead down to 1. It's back up to 6 now. A key three-pointer by Hooper. A couple other baskets there by John C. Smith. I think Fayetteville State needs a little bit more to get right back in the game. So they can't really give up right now and kind of rest and play normal. They got to get back in the game being down by 6.
Golden Bulls moving left to right. They have it now in the front court. Scott gets a screen from Hollis. Has it on the right side to Hooper. Right wing. Back near the center circle to Scott. Gives it off now to Rainey, left wing. Johnson C. Smith gonna work the clock down. Scott gets a screen, now rolls off right from the right elbow. He misses the shot. Offensive rebound by Rainey, had it stolen by Johnson.
Good defense that time by Fayetteville State. And Ryan Scott charged with an open jumper, and the young man just came up blank.
Harris has it on the left wing, trying to get it down to Jay, and a reaching foul is going to be called against Sanders.
Wow. There's a lack of consistency in calls. That was really much less of a foul than we saw the last possession for Fayetteville State. The coach Steve Hanger, you're going to say, hey, where was that call a couple of minutes ago? Nevertheless, Johnson C. Smith has put Fayetteville State on the line, and now they're going for it. They're in the 1-and-1.
So Johnson at the charity stripe. Darshawn Johnson has knocked down all 4 of his free throws on the evening.
And they got the wrong guy at the free throw line, to be very honest with you. And Fayetteville State is not saying anything. I'm not sure. Maybe we can check the free throw percentage between Malcolm J and Darshawn Johnson. But Darshawn Johnson is at the line, and the foul was on was against Malcolm J.
You're right.
But they're trying to play. They're trying to play games with the white referee, because they're trying to see whether or not he can tell if all brothers look alike or not. But these 2 brothers don't look the same, and so they should change it up here. He caught it. He caught it though. I mean, he caught it. But all brothers don't look alike. They both got braids.
1 of 2.
But he had the wrong guy at the free throw line.
1 of 2 is
telling you the truth.
Jay from the charity stripe.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Actually, they're going to put Jay on the free throw line.
And he should be.
And so Johnson.
Shame on you, Coach Hanger. Trying to run games on the ref out here.
Jay bends his knees. First free throw attempt is good.
It may not have mattered. Maybe Malcolm J. I don't have the stat in front. Maybe Malcolm J. is a better free throw shooter.
Well, Jay actually is on the season 54%.
Oh yeah, that's why he was hanging in the back.
He misses the second. Rebound controlled by Rainey.
Hey, don't let that white coat fool you down there. Coach Hanger knows what he's doing. He's an old gamer.
Rainey gives it off to Hollis. Hollis with the dribble between the legs. Right side, Scott on the block. That is Rainey. And a foul is going to be called against Fayetteville State. I thought that going to go against Harris. Thought that was going to be an offensive foul. And then on top of that, it was before the shot, and they were about to give him a continuation. Actually, he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, but it's 1-and-1. So he was going to shoot anyway. But I think now you see Fayetteville State now Fayetteville State now is in man to man. Oh, they're going to call that on the shot as well. That is a bad call if they say that.
On both counts. You hate to see that. And you have to feel bad a little bit as Rainey knocks it down. We don't, of course, not playing favorites here, but you got to feel kind of bad for Fayetteville State. They can't even seem to get a call the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, well, now I didn't think it was a call offensively. I really thought it was a good move. Rainey is just a much bigger player at 6'3" than Felipe Harris, who's really about my size, 5'6", 5'7". So it's a mismatch physically already.
55-48, Johnson C. Smith ahead by 7. Harris gonna pull from 3-point range, misses the shot. Rainey with the rebound, jump ball situation. The possession arrow favors the Broncos.
Yes, almost desperation time right now for Fayetteville State. I think they got to cut this lead at least to 3 or 4 here before a minute gets left on the clock for them really to have a good chance.
Jay gets the basketball, almost a steal. Jay got to get it out of there. He may want to call a timeout. Gets it out to Harris. Now Harris has it in the center circle. Just over 2.5 remaining. Fayetteville State down by 7. As Jabroon has it left side to Harris. Came off the curl, couldn't find anybody. Couldn't find the shot, that is. Austin now, 13 to shoot. Hands it off to Jabroon.
Very basic offense for Fayetteville State. Not really anything to really confuse the defense of John C. Smith.
Austin pulls the shot, misses it. Rebound is controlled by Rainey. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Johnson C. Smith ahead 55-48. They have possession. Here comes Scott around a screen, has it right side to Hooper. A no-look pass now. Harris has numbers. Harris on the break. Harris going to take it all the way. It misses the shot. It rolled out for him. The rebound is controlled by Dillard.
Just really a bad thought process right there by Felipe Harris. He had a 3-on-2 break, and he did not pass the ball.
55-48, a timeout called by Johnson C. Smith. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 55-48, Johnson C. Smith with the lead. We have 140 remaining.
And just physically looking at the body language of Fayetteville State versus Johnson C. Smith, the Fayetteville State Ball Club is really gassed. They're exhausted. The young men have put a lot out here on the court over this week, particularly playing the extra game. And it shows right now as with a minute left in the ball game. And I think what Coach Steve Joyner is going to do is really kind of sort this away, using the guards on the perimeter and making Fayetteville State foul them and maybe really try to force the issue.
So 140 remaining. Johnson C. Smith has possession. So he's missing a 3-possession game now. And so Fayetteville State obviously needs a stop here. And then needs to be able to make a couple of baskets. They had come all the way back and had pulled to within 3, had the momentum, and a couple of possessions just, matter of fact, pulled to within 1 and just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, but that, I mean, again, we see that all the time in basketball where a team is down by a significant amount of points and they just make that gust and really just can't quite get all the way there. They respond, but they don't respond adequate enough to take the lead.
Rainey gets it in the front court, puts up the shot, makes it!
Good move that time by Rainey, who's been active all game.
Harris, what about a 3? Fayetteville State needs a bucket, almost a steal, and a foul is going to be called against Rainey.
That's going to send Felipe Harris to the free throw line.
His second, team's 9.
So Rainey,
number 1.
If you look around here, now again, everybody's trying to kind of settling in with a minute and 22 seconds left. John C. Smith is on the precipice of winning 63rd annual CIAA championship, though.
As the free throw by Harris, the first one is made. He'll have 1 more. Second free throw attempt, good. 57-50. Fayetteville State still kind of hanging around, 120 remaining. And let's see, a foul is going to be called against.
Yeah, that was against Jamel Austin. He actually absolutely hammered Maurice Hooper that time, trying to get the ball from him as they went to a full-court trap. And now it's going to be a free throw contest between the two.
They actually gave the foul to Ariel Robinson, his second, so it's the 18th foul, still a 1-1 situation. You put Hooper on the charity stripe.
His game can be salted away here with free throws.
Hooper, a pretty good free throw shooter. 74% on the season. He's 2 of 2 tonight. Free throw attempt, back of the iron, sky high for the rebound is Jabru. Gives it off now to Harris. Quickly in the front court is Harris. Harris for 3. He misses the shot. Ball is still loose, and Jay gets it back to Jabru for 3. He misses the shot, and a rebound controlled by Hooper, and a foul against Jay.
Well, you had 2 opportunities that right there that time by both. If you're Fayetteville State, by both of your best perimeter shooters, and they just came up short that time.
So it's 57-50, Johnson C. Smith.
And this is the last opportunity where Fayetteville State can foul, and it's not going to be a 1-and-1 situation. 1 foul away from the bonus.
So Hooper is at the line shooting the 1-and-1. He missed the front end the first time. This time he makes the first.
Now it's up to an 8-point lead. You're talking about at least 3 possessions of basketball here, Donald. Going to be tough to do in a minute.
So 58-50. 102 remaining in the ball game. Hooper bends his knees. Free throw attempt.
And you can only want your senior guard at the free throw line with the big prize on the line.
He is the second best free throw shooter on the team behind Ronald Thornhill, who shoots 92%. Think about it, Hooper has shot more free throws, 3 times the amount of free throws. And so right now, what do you expect from Fayetteville State? They're down by 9 points. Their 2 leading guys just can't seem to hit a basket as we have 102 remaining.
Well, the young men are tired, and what they're going to have to do here in order to come back is going to take a miracle. And they're going to have to rush the ball up, get a 3-point shot up, and at this point you can even get a 2-point shot up and really just foul here. It's really about getting points on the board and forcing John C. Smith to miss some free throws. So it's really just a cat and mouse game that they're going to have to play here. But at first it starts with them making a bucket, and that's why John C. Smith, in spite of the lead, is going to full court press these guys.
Austin needs to get it inbound, does to Harris, who gives it right back. Across the timeline, Harris able to get the skip pass from Jabru. Now, on the block, that's Johnson, misses the shot, and the ball is loose. It's recovered by Austin. Austin gets it out to Harris for 3. He can't find it, and a tip back by Jay is missed. And Jay has just been off the mark all day long.
It's just not happening for Fayetteville State, and you can hear this Charlotte crowd as they can taste the CIAA championship with Coach Steve Joyner. But Fayetteville State, they had the opportunities, they're just not able to execute. So tough situation right now as another senior goes to the line. Edmund Rainey. 6'3" senior out of Buffalo, New York, Donald.
First free throw attempt by Rainey misses. Has a chance to make this a 4-possession game with 37.6
really
remaining.
Put it away, and you want your seniors to be there to do that.
So Rainey has had a really solid tournament. Knocks it down. 60-50. Johnson C. Smith ahead. Quickly ahead to Jay. Jay gonna pull from 3-point range. Short with it. That's not what he does. And a foul against Harris on Hollis.
Looks like here. Gotta be happy for Coach Steve Joyner. Win in front of the home crowd. They played an excellent ball game, a very heavy ball game yesterday against Virginia Union University. And you said it, Donald, at one of our breaks, is really, you always can expect a run by a team in a basketball game. It's just really how the team that's ahead responds. Johnson C. Smith responded. You got to give credit to Maurice Hooper playing defense and hitting a couple of critical shots when the lead got down to 1 point for Johnson C. Smith. And they were able to weather the storm. And right now, they have some opportunities here to really salt it away on the free throw line.
The last time Johnson C. Smith won the CIAA tournament championship was in 2001. And they were, of course, runners-up in 2006 as well as 2002, the year that they lost to a Flip Murray-led Shaw Bear team.
Yeah, but both of those games were in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a little different here when you come home and do it. And that's only could be good for the winning institution.
Knocks down 1 of 2. Jabru gonna take it for Fayetteville State. 25 seconds remaining. Jabru pulls a 3-pointer. He knocks it down. 61-53, 20.7 seconds remaining. Johnson C. Smith has to get it in and able to get it to Rainey, and a foul in the backcourt. It's going to be either against Jay or maybe Tyrone Robinson. No, actually they're going to call it on Jay. as Jay's third in this double bonus situation here.
As Teddy Pendergrass would say, turn out the lights and light a candle. This one is over, Donald, and again, you got to be happy for the young man. Give credit Fayetteville State making it a ball game here at the end. You would only hope that they would have came out with the same vigor early on in the game, but the young men, they have to live with themselves with that. You know, it's a championship game, a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you have to, as Bobby Seale would say, seize the time, seize the moment, take advantage, and they just quite didn't do it in the first half. They gave the effort in the second half, and it looks like you wonder whether or not they really believed in themselves and whether or not they could really come and get this title, because it was here for the taking. They just didn't show up to take it.
Rainey knocks down the second. The one thing in the press conference after the victory yesterday by Johnson C. Smith over Union, Rainey said, hey, they brought me here. Steve Jordan brought me here. I had a great, high school career. Steve Jordan brought me here based upon what I did in high school, and I have not lived up to that. And so the young man just being as real as he possibly could, and he's lived up to that yesterday and tonight as well.
Yeah, he has, and he was the catalyst early on in the ball game for Johnson C. Smith. And if you think these things are easy to win, just ask the good folks in Durham at North Carolina Central University, who didn't win a CIAA championship for 50 plus years. And now Johnson C. Smith has been able to win 2 in a 7-year span. So this is not an easy thing to do and accomplish. So you got to tip your hat to Coach Steve Joyner Sr. and this ball club for doing what they're doing right now. Right now on the edge of winning the CIAA championship. These things do not come easy.
7.1 seconds remaining. Johnson C. Smith 63, Fayetteville State 55. 2008 CIAA tournament championship as Hooper knocks down the first. He'll have one more. Now 64 to 55. Hooper, senior from Reidsville, North Carolina, knocks down both. More substitutions coming into the game for Johnson C. Smith as they're ahead by 10. It's got to feel good for Steve Joyner. As Hanif mentioned, they're winning this one in their home city. Fayetteville State trying to inbound the basketball. Gets it in now to Robinson. 3 seconds. Robinson looking in the corner and is going to get it to Staley, and the ball game is over. Johnson C. Smith, 2008 CIAA tournament champions.
You can only be happy for the young men.
And your 2008 CIAA men's basketball champions are the Golden Bulls of Johnson C. Smith University. This is the Black College Sports Network's presentation of the CIAA Celebration 2008. Brought to you by BlackAmericaTravel.com. Black America Travel, get your stuff, lock the door, and let's go. Bank of America, sponsoring the 2008 CIAA tournament. MEAC fans, covering the MEAC inside out. Ebony Magazine. Onadan online information for Black College sports. Ford Motor Company, Coca-Cola, Alltel Wireless, Food Lion, Vibe Magazine, and Russell Athletic. Again, this is the 2008 CIAA Championship. Congratulations to the Golden Bulls of Johnson C. Smith University. For Darren Jones, Ron Mitchell, and Adrian Johnson, I am Roy Evans. This is it. Have a great day. And remember, the Black College Sports Network, bringing you the best in Black College sporting events across the country.